Devraj. He is a partner with SSP, and he will take a turn to introduce us to a sustainable trading, such as sun and wind energy. So please, Mr. Devraj, take a stage.
Thank you. Fincasa, Anastasia, thank you so much for having me here. I represent actually a bunch of gentlemen who are leaders in the industry, but for confidential reasons, they are not able to represent themselves here. So I'm going to be speaking on their behalf. As VP for Strategic Swiss Partners on Global Energy, I'd like to talk about the beauty of renewable energy in Europe. But prior to that, we're going to talk about the COVID issues and how it had impacted. Basically, what COVID has done is it shrunk the industry quite a bit. It has shrunk it because of the ongoing scenario where 15 to 20% of the industry has gone down. And if you can see the slides will be self-propagating in enough information to tell you exactly where it is. But what I like to do is not to worry about the slides, but to let you understand one thing. Europe has taken a very good view of understanding the need of renewable energy. COVID has made it very sure. It's a way of addressing. Now, during this time, we had this so-called social distancing. I call it family time because that's what really happened here. Families got together, fathers and mothers got to spend more time with kids. Value of family life, which has eroded over the decades of money grabbing and looking at business in a way it was run, has stopped. COVID brought us together. COVID may not be a blessing, it could be actually a curse that gave man and humanity a way of looking at things. In the same regard, COVID also brought about a need of understanding of actually how we look at the world and how we sustain it. I heard a lot about sustainability, addressing diseases, addressing the issues of vaccines. But I do know one thing. Whatever you do in your existence, you need energy. And fossil fuel energy is not empowerment. It is actually a slavery of sorts for many countries who have to rely on this energy to be producing their own version of upkeeping their livelihood. Renewable energy is freedom. Renewable energy is independence. Renewable energy is identifying each country, each sort, its ability to produce and stay sustainable by themselves. Iceland, for one, they have their geothermal energy and they're blessed. 100% of Iceland is, well, sustainable. It's actually using renewable energy. We all have renewable energy. We all have sunlight. Some have more wind, some have more sun. So what we need to know how to harness this and how to make it better for ourselves. European Union has done a wonderful job. They found out that the way it is run right now, where there is a producer, there is a distributor, and there's a buyer. If you go up in my slides, you will see this chart. If you look at the modus right now, the one on the left shows you exactly how everything is done. Right now, you have a producer, you bring it down to a distributor, and then you get it to the end buyer. There is a hierarchy of sorts. Now, the producers, what's happening right now is because of COVID, the small-time players, the little boys, were being pushed out because there were no new ventures, nothing came in, all the money's dried up, and they had to leave the industry, which actually was a big problem. And then you had the experts, the so-called providers of this knowledge, they had to go home. And many of them just left the industry because there was nothing left in the industry. But one thing COVID showed us, that we can work remotely. We can actually come together. So social distancing wasn't really very much a distancing. It showed us that we had the tools to come together in an industry which needed us very much. And renewable energy is an energy that needs to be done on a decentralized manner. There's more money. You cannot go on taking subsidies. So EU, what they did under the new era EU, where no one is left behind, the Green Fund platform, has put up as much as 500 billion euros earmarked for the next 10 years. I know India doesn't have it, I know Asia doesn't have it, but European Union did for Europe. So in Europe, investment in renewable energy is going to bring a lot of a surge of this energy. this need to bring about. One thing we know, we do not have the infrastructure. So a bulk of this money, as I'm very glad to say, will be heading towards Central and Eastern Europe, because you need to have the infrastructure. As I rightfully heard, digitalization, artificial intelligence, more into IT software programs will be needed to find a way to help this renewable energy. A lot of the players who are not in the renewable energy market are entering the renewable energy market for one reason: the amount of funding that's available. 500 billion euros is nothing to scoff at. Not at all. 50 billion a year at least. So Europe is going to see a surge of renewable energy, and I'm here to say that I'm representing a company which that has the best brilliant minds. As one of the pundits who were speaking earlier on, the team is important, and I agree with him completely. The team is important, and I have such a team. The team who knows how to put this together, the team that knows how to address it, and there are more players that's supposed to come in, and we are interested in finding investors to put this team to work. We have a energy trading platform ready that will work on making this decentralization. There's enough funds available. Hardware, software must come together to make this renewable energy work. And you remember, back in university, we always had the boy that never wanted to play with anyone else. The guy who never left the room, who rather sit in front of those computers. These, we call them the geeks. Well, guess what? The geeks are at home right now, and they're working far better. And the social distancing suits them well. And we have such team of men who work better in the social distancing era. And they create much better work. And their work is what the future holds for all of us. Optimization of digital technology. We have the blessings. SSP really do their due diligence. With the charismatic leadership of Guna Mahalingam and our president, Dr. Ben Reynolds, we have amassed a team of the finest to work with. And they have looked, scoured, and searched and got a very good offer for you. So those investors who are interested in entering into the renewable energy business in Europe, investors from afar, we invite you to a much more surging and much more financially rewarding business. And I, as Devraj, VP of the Energy Department, I welcome you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Devraj, about your presentation. And as I had a glimpse even before, we are glad to hear your insight about renewable energy and the stand behind it. We're sure that people who is interested in a project in renewable energy, they can contact with you. They can contact through SSP and find out much more about the project and to get it rolling, of course.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.